was right about the shoe. The shoe was not the same in the pit shown in court as the shoe pulled from the evidence bag by Trooper Bukake.
And you mentioned you're at the hospital. There was a sneaker. One.
Yes.
Bukake! Bukake!
Woo! Good evening, friends. Welcome, fellow reprobates. Welcome, you beautiful bunch of unscrupulous motherfuckers. You. I adore you. It's good to see you. So tonight we're gonna do something kind of special. What's up, buddy? You good? We're we're gonna do something kind of special. Microdots made a video that he had to kind of compromise his artistic integrity, for lack of a better term, in order for it to be YouTube suitable. I am proud to consider Richie a really, really good friend of mine. And I think that what he does is extremely important. And I think that he is, I know that he is someone of a very pure heart, and absolutely in this for all the right reasons, and absolutely passionate about bringing down the corruption in Massachusetts. We know how passionate he is about Turtle Boy being free. We know how instrumental he was in helping Turtle Boy expose the corruption in Massachusetts. And he's definitely no slouch himself when it comes to the exposure, because he has made some of the most gripping videos that are also incredibly informative. So not only are you getting all of the best possible insight that you could get and information from these videos, but you're getting them in an incredibly creative way. And I'm really grateful to I love when I have creative people around me, like it means the world to me when I have creative people around me, because it inspires me to be more creative. And so I'm really proud to call Richie a friend, and he's going to actually be helping me. He's actually going to be helping me. I'm collecting the hardware currently still to take the next steps moving forward and explore new options on YouTube. And Richie has been so kind behind the scenes to agree to help me with just as far as no, because I don't know what software to use. I don't know any of that stuff. I am the most computer illiterate person that I know. And for someone as talented and as kind and as busy as him to want to help me out, I'm eternally grateful. Now, here's the thing. This video, couple of points about this video. You guys know that I don't like to censor myself. I don't believe in patronizing my audience at all whatsoever. If I can help it. And I don't use terms like schmurder, and I don't use terms like grape, because we're all adults here. And what are we doing here? If we're trying to make a difference and we're trying to use our platforms to make a difference, that's what Richie's trying to do. And Richie's not trying to sugarcoat anything. Microdots is not trying to sugarcoat anything. And so at the bottom of the screen, okay, pinned at the bottom of the chat, is the link to Microdot's Patreon. So there are times where he will upload a video. It's too racy for YouTube. But they're never too racy for Patreon. So, and no matter what videos he does, you'll have early access to anything that he does before the rest of YouTube. And he's got a hell of a forum going on in there too. Because Richie's got his own little FOIA, fuck around in FOIA and find out kind of thing going on himself. And there's a chat where you can discuss the things that he FOIAs. So there's a whole nother Microdot subculture going on behind the scenes, and that's where you go is on Patreon. So make sure to what's up, Ray? Oh, hey, what's up, girl? Scott, homie, my man. And other Mary B's here too. Cool. It's good to see you. You know what I'm gonna do, bro? Fucking ruin my mods. Welcome to the family, the other Mary B. So and Scott Messerschmidt, you're like killing it with the with the moderation, dude, and I really appreciate it. Couple of things though. No need to share the link for the merch. The merch page is down. Merch is currently temporarily, indefinitely unavailable for the Glare channel. But I will get around to getting another merch store up, designing new merch, using some of the old designs too, and blah 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 blah. But anyway, so that'll happen at some point. I know people have been asking about merch, and so yeah, we're gonna do that. And also the Amazon wish list. Yeah, I don't have anything left on there. I haven't added anything, so you don't have to share that either. But I'm really grateful that you're like on top of that all the time, man. Like that means the world to me. But anyways, so you are too, bro. Seriously, man, you're great. Now. Petty streams are still a thing, regardless of what you're hearing in the twat world. Petty streams will still happen. I don't care if I get no more new members. If the people who are already members, if you enjoy it, continue to renew your memberships. That's great. But as long as you're members and you enjoy the petties, I'm going to keep doing them. Now, all these links. Now, if you're catching this on the replay, the link that is pinned to the bottom of the chat, it's also in the description as well. And you know what? I think I'm going to leave Richie's Patreon in the description, just as much as I like to share Turtle Boy's Defense Fund link, his Give Send Go. I like to share. I'm going to start sharing Richie's Patreon link, just in my description at all times. I think because it's important. Richie's work is probably, arguably, the most important work as far as raising awareness on social media. Like he's basically flawless. His record is as clean as it gets, and his every single video is better than the last. So it's, and they're all great. So we're gonna celebrate Microdots' video that was too hot for YouTube, because here at the Glare we don't give a fuck. So whatever, we're gonna watch it. People could try to report it, whatever, but understand that there is a disclaimer here. Trigger warning that we are going to be discussing this video. The nature of this video is a Sandra Birchmore video. And as I understand it, Richie spent a significant amount of time. I don't know if he wants me to disclose how long he spent, but he spent I probably did on my Twitter post, actually, now that I think about it. So sorry, Richie. But he spent a significant amount of time on the Sandra Birchmore video, and they flagged it. So to us, that's unacceptable. Because after all, we are reprobates and unscrupulous fucks here. So, he spent 84 years. What's up, stupid April? Oh my God, man. I got a lot of blue names in my goddamn chat right now. Wow. Okay. And every single one of them. Fucking yes. I love that they're blue. Anyway, here we go, folks. Without any further ado, this is Richie's video, Sandra Birchmore, the uncensored police cover-up, in depth. Now, this is an hour long, so we're going to be here for a minute. And hopefully we have time. Hopefully this wasn't just clickbait. Hopefully we have time and I'll open up the phone lines, because that's what I just kind of wanted to do, was just kind of go over this video and then have a little bit of a discussion over it. But I'm going to pause it a lot and talk and continue to give little disclaimers, trigger warnings, because if you guys are familiar with the Sandra Birchmore case, there are issues of sexual assault, there are issues of murder, there are issues of grooming, and it's all really, really disgusting. And the fact that nobody's in prison for it now is an injustice. But at least Josh Levy took some action, along with Adam Deitch, who's currently running for Norfolk County DA. I say go out, run out, vote for Adam Deitch if you're a Norfolk County resident. We are going to watch Microdot's full analysis of the Sandra Birchmore case, and I think we all need to be educated on this, because this also pertains to Turtle Boy's fight against corruption as well, and Karen Reed's. So here we go, folks. Sandra Birchmore, the uncensored police cover-up in depth.
It's February 1st, 2021. At 5:46 p.m., Sandra Birchmore is seen alive for the last time. 9:14 p.m., Officer Matthew Farwell sends her a text message, asking if he can come by for a second. She told him the door would be unlocked, then put one load of laundry in the washing machine. He gets into his grey SUV and starts driving to the Canton Woods apartments. He told the investigators, other cops he knew and worked with, that he only went there to break up with her. She had a lot of issues and told a lot of lies. She recently said that she was pregnant and he was the father. But he claimed that was impossible. The timing simply didn't work. They had only slept together once.
I gotta say, like, that AI image right there, this is the kind of stuff I'm gonna be picking Richie's brain about, because I have I have the most sinister idea for a video. And now I want you guys to know I'm only learning from Richie on what software to use and tips on how to use it. He will not be, unless we decide to collab on something, which I will be so down to do. But the stuff I'm talking about is I do not want him. Oh, that's a model. Okay. All right, cool. When I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, because it's gonna be really fun. And it's gonna be Karen Reed, Turtle Boy related, but it's also going to be very juvenile.
Was drunk. Then 2, maybe 3 other times over the next year. And that's it. She had been acting crazy. So he was going to end it. Right then and there. It's a few minutes before 9:30 p.m. and that is the front entrance to Sandra's building. Matthew will be here in a few moments. But before he arrives, there's something you need to know.
Introducing the animal.
Matthew.
All right, sorry to keep pausing it because I hate fucking up the flow. But yeah, that's another thing. I've also, like, I just bought a new guitar. I bought a new bass. I'm gonna like the idea is I'm gonna like make all original music to these things too. And I just need to learn how to mix it and interface it with video. But yeah, Richie's like dope when it comes to this shit. Like, dude is just like dude's from outer space, I swear to God.
Farwell has a very, very serious problem, and he is quickly running out of time to address it. All of his past decisions have finally caught up with him. On the night of the murder, he was 34 years old. But he was 25 back in 2010, when he first met a 13-year-old Sandra Birchmore at the Stoughton police station. She was interested in pursuing a career in law enforcement and joined the Police Explorers Academy. Farwell was an instructor. He would use his authority to begin what federal investigators called a predatory long game, an unbroken chain of sexual abuse and psychological manipulation spanning a decade. His twin brother William, though not identical in appearance, shared Matthew's same predatory tendencies. The two of them,
Shut up.
as well as then Detective Robert Devine,
Deputy Police Chief Robert Devine.
each reportedly engaged in sexual acts with Sandra Birchmore over several years, utilizing their authority as police officers and academy instructors to maintain the relationship.
Dude, that guy is the fucking devil incarnate as far as I'm concerned. I loathe Divine. I loathe this guy.
While all three men had sexual relations with her, it was Matthew who took her virginity at 15. It happened on April 10th of 2013. After 2 years of grooming, he crossed a line from which there was no return, making the decision that would ultimately destroy him. And shockingly, the very next day, on April 11th, he attended an important photo shoot. Just as he began abusing Sandra, he was also starting his marriage to Michelle. To the outside world, he was a respected police officer, happily married and living a stable life. But behind closed doors, he was consumed by a dark and increasingly violent obsession involving a 15-year-old girl.
Jesus.
Sandra's journal entries describe his preoccupation with rape, incest, and sexual violence, introducing the idea of choking to her when she was just 16 years old. He was 28.
Jesus. Disgusting.
This continued as Sandra became an adult. Allegedly, all three men would arrange to meet her in isolated parking lots around town, in their police cruisers.
As you can see, Richie's not holding back here, or maybe he is. Maybe he is still. But my favorite creators, you know, luckily I get to call them friends, and I get to like kind of get to know. My point of bringing my point of bringing that up is somebody like Richie. You know, like I've gotten to know the guy. And I could tell that going and being as deep into this and really pulling at your heartstrings and disturbing you is the best way to get your attention. And it's the best way to inform you. It's the best way to tattoo this shit on your brain. Annie, same way. Annie is, you know, and she will, you'll see once in a while, there'll be a post where she's like, I guess YouTube thought this was too much. I've appealed. I've done this. I've done that. And, you know, if we want to make a difference here, we're going to have to learn to stomach words You know, we're going to have to learn to stomach words, words that are a reality and words that being aware of and making them not so taboo to talk about. Doing this will, I'm having a brain fart here. I apologize. Doing this will make it more I guess normal to discuss these things. True crime is already a thing. I mean, it's a genre of its own. Nowadays, I mean, when I was growing up, it was drama, horror, comedy, action, basically, and now there's true crime. You see this everywhere as an option of a genre of things to search for. You see it on people's social medias, and they say, you know, true crime lover, blah blah blah. It's a category on all your streaming services, and so I've always felt that it should be more than just entertainment. Because when we think of these things, and I'm going to try not to go on a deep rant here, but when we think of these things, one of the problems, the biggest problem, in my opinion, of what true crime is, with the whole true crime genre is, these real people who these things. It's very ironic because these are real people who these things happen to, with families in which these things have affected. And ironically, that's what makes the story more interesting. Like in the movie Fargo, at the beginning, says this is a true story. Everything that you see is absolutely true. Names have been changed, but it's not. It's an absolutely fictional story. They just knew that if they sold the movie that way, it would make the story more interesting if you thought that it actually happened to real people. The problem with the true crime genre these days is, what's up, Goat Boy? Good to see you, homie. The problem with the true crime genre these days is it's just mixed in with all of this other shit. It's just mixed in with your fictional shit too. And so now it's just entertainment, and these real people who these things are happening to are merely characters in subject of entertainment that people are watching and reading about. And that's why I left the last community that I was in. I hated that. I hated that people would contact the families of missing people and try to use them for content. I couldn't stand that shit. Drove me crazy. And so if more people are less worried about conforming to what's going to get them ad revenue and more concerned with informing people, like Richie here, Microdots, then maybe people will still find true crime to be entertaining, but we'll have a little bit more of an empathetic perspective when they do follow these cases, and remember that these are real people. And so it should shock you. You should hear words like rape. You should hear words that the police use. You should hear words that police use, that attorneys use, that pathologists use, that, you should be able to do this on YouTube if you're discussing these things.
One such location is 1165 Park Street in Stoughton. At the Chateau Restaurant. Old. He was 28. This continued as Sandra became an adult. Allegedly, all three men would arrange to meet her in isolated parking lots around town, in their police cruisers. One such location is 1165 Park Street in Stoughton. At the Chateau Restaurant. Out back in a hidden overflow parking area. Detective Robert Devine later testified that he would meet Sandra here on a weekly basis.
Jesus.
And how long would those interactions last before she asked you to rail her?
She came up with that one probably 2 or 3 weeks in.
Okay, so even after those suggestions, you interacted with her on a weekly basis for multiple
Who
months?
says hi?
It wasn't my choice, sir. You know, I would be sitting somewhere and she would pull up to me with those ones.
So just out of the blue, she would just say, when are you going to give in and rail?
That's what she does. Or
Wow.
What she did.
You'll be famous as famous can be with the whole wide world.
How disgusting is that? So this guy is, I guess Drago wants to say hi to everybody. How disgusting is that? Right, he is full of shit, and he's blaming her. He's admitting that he had this disgusting relationship with basically a child. And he's talking about how it was her fault. Like talking as though he was a victim of her in some way. And real quick, folks, real quick, I got to do it here, people.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat.
How dare you?
Nurse Deb, thank you so much. This video needs to be shown in court. Well done, Microdots. I have chills. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. And Arlene Wiley gifted 10 memberships. And real quick, Brandy Renteria became a member. Welcome to Reprobates.
Watching you win on TV.
You acknowledged that she had told you that she was having a sexual relationship with Matthew Farwell?
What she said to me was, when she was propositioning, Matt and Billy liked it.
Matthew preferred taking her to local.
Look at this fucking dirtbag. Look at how chill he is. Look at how relaxed he is. Look at how perfectly comfortable in his own fucking skin this son of a motherfucker is right here.
Having a sexual relationship with Matthew Farwell?
What she said to me was, when she was propositioning, Matt and Billy liked it.
Matthew preferred taking her to local motels and retail parking lots. This Costco in the neighboring town of Avon was one location he returned to repeatedly. Another was the Five Guys parking lot at the Village Shops on Washington Street in Canton. By 2019, Sandra was 21 and Farwell was 33. He was getting older, more established in his career, and deeper into his marriage. Matthew and Michelle had 2 young children. With so much to lose, paranoia began to consume him, and he started making efforts to conceal his crimes. At the end of their text exchanges, he would instruct Sandra to delete their messages. He was being more careful now, telling her to make sure all of their early conversations from when she was 15 years old were permanently deleted. But the fear of getting caught didn't stop him from continuing their relationship. He just became more controlling.
Wow.
Now he insisted she share her phone's location data with him. so he could track her every move for almost 2 years.
Jesus.
And when she didn't, he would interrogate her.
This is wow. This guy
By
sucks.
2002,
All these guys are
which was the
fucking
year preceding
the
Sandra's
biggest,
death,
stinkiest piles of
the
shit.
fantasies he pursued with her
ever.
were becoming increasingly dark, violent, and disturbing. Throughout the year, he indicated his intention to choke her on at least 20 separate
Wow,
occasions.
dude, this is
Farwell's
Jesus.
depravity was reaching a crescendo. He asked Sandra to pretend to be the
Connor.
victim of his simulated assaults, while she role-played as a 13-year-old girl.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, guys, this is a lot, folks. This is very, very graphic in nature, so very uncomfortable.
But what Sandra didn't know was that Michelle Farwell had become pregnant in early May. It would be their third child. And on October 5th, when Sandra found out, she told a friend she was going to message Matthew Farwell's wife that he had been having sex with her for nearly 10 years. But instead of contacting his wife, Sandra decided to present Matthew with an ultimatum. This decision set the stage for complete and total catastrophe. The terms were simple. Matthew would agree to have unprotected sex with her,
Oh my God.
so she could have a child of her own. And in return, Sandra would stay quiet, agreeing to never tell anyone about the years of sexual abuse she suffered at the hands of Officer Matthew Farwell. After years of being his victim, Sandra Birchmore now held complete power over him. Perhaps he believed that with enough time she would forget about this idea. Throughout November, they continued.
Now, hold on. Rhonda, thank you so much. Glad to be here. Glad you're here, Rhonda, not for member for 9 months. Yeah, so interesting thing here is this is a very uncomfortable video to watch. There's obviously nobody here condones anything that is being put out here in this video, that is being discussed in this video. It's absolutely disgusting, and it's uncomfortable to hear, but it's necessary because it does happen. And I can't help but think, how infuriating will it be when Netflix makes a documentary series about this? How infuriating, you know what I mean? Like, now, will they have the guts? Will any documentary, will any streaming service or company that owns these streaming services, will they have the guts to be as fact-driven as Microdots is here when they tell this story? Because this, I've seen Netflix documentary series that were tame in comparison and yet still blew me the fuck away, right? Still made me go, I can't believe there are people like this on this fucking planet, bro. And yeah, all of this shit is like, yeah, this is all fact, man. This is all like, this video is an hour long, so it's going to take me like 3 hours to get through it. So, yeah, this is,
continued to meet in person, and their text messages suggest that they remained sexually active. Although she wasn't pregnant yet, she repeatedly pushed for Farwell to be present at the hospital for the birth and to sign the baby's birth certificate. His answer was always the same. That's an in-person discussion. They continued to do just that throughout November, meeting in person, presumably trying to conceive. And on December 28th, Sandra informed Matthew that she too was pregnant. She sent him a photo of this poster she had made to celebrate the occasion. His immediate response was, "I literally have nothing to say right now. How could you express that in text when I said I don't appreciate it?" Which led to the following exchange.
Hi, Decline. Thank you. Appreciate it. Notice how she says we're keeping it. Now let's break this down a little bit, because there is a lot in these text messages. There's a lot being said in these text messages. These text messages say way more than what they say. Okay, well, we need to talk then. She's talking about her pregnancy. Okay. No shit. That's obvious, she says. And she says, and you're signing the birth certificate. Or you're not signing your wife's. Now, his wife was pregnant at the same time. I'm mad you're acting like this over a choice we both made. Right? And he's like, I'm mad you act like you gave anyone a choice. So this is, you have to keep in mind here, folks. This is a girl who was groomed. At this point, she's an adult. But she was groomed from the age of what, 13? Or 15. I could be getting that wrong. But a very young age. Had very, very sexual relationships with two brothers who knew about each other. So they basically just tossed her back and forth. So basically between Divine and the Farwell brothers, they tossed her around, basically. 13 groomed, 15 sexed. Yes, thank you. And the saddest thing is basically how bright she is, because her cope, and I'm just guessing here, but her cope from dealing with all this, because a lot of people who are victims of sexual abuse, they don't like to think of themselves as victims. It's a hard thing to have to concede to. Makes you feel weak. And so there's, what I'm guessing here is a cope that's taking place where she is simply trying to find a way to control the situation to her benefit, where she's not the victim. A way to help control any trauma that she might be experiencing. But another interesting thing here is the baby. She desperately wanted a baby. And I truly, truly believe that was her way of getting something pure out of this situation. Everywhere she turns around, she doesn't know anybody who can relate to her sexual experiences at her age. She doesn't know anybody who can do that. She doesn't know anybody who she can relate to. And yet everyone just acts because this is how society is. It works that way. Most people are raised by good parents. Most people are raised with standards. And since she willingly agreed, even though she was too young to consent, but since she actually did this action, she feels responsible. Because no kid wants to, an action like that is a kid who doesn't want to feel like a kid. An action like that is a kid who's like, I'm no kid. Quit treating me like a kid. Tells everybody, probably barks that shit at everybody who tries to tell her what to do. Stop. That's why she was interested in law enforcement. She wants to be in a position of authority because she does not like to be controlled, but yet for some reason she allowed herself to be controlled. And I'm trying to relate to her mind. I'm not saying that this is what I'm thinking. She's trying to get control of this situation because she doesn't want to admit to herself that she was a victim. She doesn't believe herself to be a victim. Her cope is that she is in this willingly, but yet in the back of her mind, she knows it's wrong. She knows it's impure. She knows that it's not how you're supposed to do things. She envies people who are genuinely in love. She sees it all around her. There are people, couples in relationships who are genuinely in love. And she envies this. But in a way resents it at the same time. And this is her way of getting something pure and beautiful out of something so disgusting and so wrong and such an abomination. She figures she gets a baby out of this that somehow validates her relationship with Farwell in some way in her mind. And it somehow and it gives her someone that will genuinely love her out of all of this disgusting shit, out of all of these disgusting people. She'll get someone out of this that will love her the way that she has longed to be loved. She knows she's being used. She's trying to cope with that by telling herself that she willingly allowed herself to be, that this is a fetish for her. But she's too young to consent. And whether she wants to face this fact or not, she's a victim. But this is her way of not being a victim in her mind. And it's calculating, it's intelligent, but it's one of the saddest things that I've ever heard in my life. Wow. That's the most infuriating shit to read right there. That this fucking sack of monkey shit is acting like he's a victim of hers. When ironically he created this. He is the reason that anything that comes from her that resembles venom comes from him and his actions. It is a result of this man, and he has the fucking audacity to talk to her as though he's a victim of hers.
On December 29th, the two meet to speak in person. What exactly happened remains unclear, but a text Sandra sent to Farwell afterward suggests there had been an altercation.
It made me really uncomfortable and stressed out and scared when you were next to me because I thought you were going to hit me after you said what you said and took things out of my hand. That's why I was crying. I know you wouldn't, but it still scared me.
The time has come to address the stark physical disparity between Matthew and Sandra. He stood at 6'4", while Sandra was just 4'10". Matthew appeared drawn to women who looked strikingly young and physically small. Over the next week, Sandra asked Farwell to come over so they could discuss her estimated due date, her first ultrasound, and her first doctor's appointment. But he didn't respond. And on January 6, Sandra was asking Matthew what the arrangements would be after the baby was born. She sent the following text messages.
You don't have to sign the birth certificate if I'm allowed to at least list you, and they can have your last name. I won't bitch about holidays, but I'd like you to come a few days before Christmas and Easter so you can see what they get from me. And I don't want you to leave them out. And if you want to try and support them, we can talk about that. But I do want you to see them. I feel like I'm trying to be as fair as I can, and I want you there for labor. That I'm standing my ground on.
Keep breathing, Sandra. Okay, push.
Does it kind of sound okay to you?
Sandra wasn't asking for much, except their entire relationship had been built in secrecy, hidden from his wife, his job, and the community around him. What Matthew heard in her requests was the beginning of a future he could no longer conceal. Eventually, he would have to tell his wife not only that he was cheating, but that he had fathered a child with a girl he had begun abusing while she was underage. While Sandra was planning a family, all Matthew could see was the destruction of his life and the inevitable loss of his freedom. The pressure after January 6 was becoming unbearable. 2 days later, when they met again at Sandra's apartment to discuss the pregnancy, he would cross a dangerous line. According to information Sandra later shared, Farwell became enraged after she showed him a fetal sonogram. She said he denied the child was his.
I want nothing to do with you or that baby!
Then pushed her to the ground, placed her in a chokehold, and ripped the cell phone from her hand. And then, Matthew made a wish.
I wish you would just die!
Jesus. Wow, that's heavy, man. Yeah, guys, it's going to get tough to watch moving forward. So, trigger warning, as it were.
The next day, January 9th, Sandra and a friend went shopping at Walmart in Avon to buy a baby stroller. While they were there, Sandra asked her to be the child's godmother. She also confided in her about the argument with Farwell, that he had pushed her and denied the baby was his. Her friend urged Sandra to end the relationship, but she seemed frightened and not yet ready to let him go. And later that same day, Sandra called her friend Joshua Heel. He was also a police officer, but from the nearby town of Abington. She told him that Farwell had become violent and was refusing to accept responsibility for the baby. Heel advised her to distance herself from Farwell, warning that he was dangerous and didn't care about the law. He would later tell investigators that he knew she was attached to Farwell because he had taken her virginity when she was 15. Sandra wasn't ready to stop seeing Matthew. She met him the following night, this time for a sexual encounter in the parking lot outside of her apartment building. This occurred on January 10th. 6 days later, the already volatile situation took another turn for the worse. Sandra had promised to repay a friend money she had borrowed months earlier. She was supporting herself as a teacher's aide at an elementary school in Sharon, likely earning around $18 an hour. Money was almost certainly tight.
Now Trump supporters have achieved their goal, stopping the election certification.
But when Sandra suddenly stopped responding, her friend's frustration quickly turned to anger.
On the Senate floor,
4 days later, on January 20th, that friend would retaliate against Sandra. And the consequences would be explosive.
Dude, this is so captivating.
Sandra's friend called Farwell's employers
I want to report a crime.
to get her money back and reported the illicit relationship. She informed the Stoughton police employee that Farwell, a sworn detective, had been engaged in an ongoing sexual relationship with Sandra. Although she was seeking revenge, that call may have actually saved Sandra's life. By reporting Farwell through an official channel, it would have immediately triggered an investigation into the allegations, making it virtually impossible for him to harm Sandra without instantly becoming a suspect. But that's not what happened. Instead of routing the disclosure through proper channels, the dispatcher breached protocol. He looked up the caller's identity and called Farwell to warn him. Farwell became enraged.
What? Are you serious?
Commanded them not to tell anyone and to never talk about it again. This must have felt like a near-death experience to him. He had narrowly avoided losing everything. But there was a bigger problem. Until this moment, he believed only he and Sandra shared the secret. Now he knew she had told at least one other person.
Yikes.
And God only knows how many more.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call motive.
He starts firing off angry text messages to Sandra.
Are you serious? Now, let me just make one very simple but very profound point. Okay? If you're trying to figure out who to vote for Norfolk County District Attorney, okay? Norfolk County DA, Norfolk County District Attorney, Norfolk County, Massachusetts, okay? If you're trying to figure out who to vote for, just remember that Adam Deitch is literally the only candidate that did jack shit about Sandra Birchmore. Just throwing that out there. Literally the only candidate that did jack shit when it came to Sandra Birchmore and getting justice for her. I feel like that's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like that's pretty much the selling point. Like I feel like that's he kind of just already showed you I'm already on the track of doing this. Like, you guys sick of this shit? I can do it because I'm already doing it. While I'm fucking doing what I can with this shit. Yeah, this video is dedicated from Microdots to Greg Connor. Fucking Michael Morrissey's fucking ventriloquist dummy. Oh yeah, man. Let me give a big shout out real quick to Linda Kenny Bodden, who I was on Justice Serve TV with yesterday, which was really fun because we read like some AI written script of Wuthering Heights, I guess. And we had a dramatic reading of a Wuthering Heights thing. And I got to do that with the lady who defended Phil Spector. Like, it's a pretty fun life, I gotta tell you. Very interesting life. And no, she's like, and she's a friend. She's super fucking cool. And so cool, man. Like there were people like in her chat that were like, nope, gonna take a hard pass on this one. Don't care for the glarer. Don't like the glarer. And Linda was basically like, yeah, well, too bad. Fuck you. You know, like Glaire's my homie. He's a homie of the channel. Me and Michael love him. He loves us. We're good. Go fuck yourselves. And I love that shit. I respect that shit so much. And I'm really happy that I got like some real fucking people in this community who are like, who are like that, man. Like, that's really fucking cool, man. Like, people who don't even get in the shit that I get into here. Like, it's pretty amazing. It's great. I refuse to take that for granted. Like, these guys are so
Sandra
mad.
called her friend back.
They're so mad and confused, totally lost as to the fact that they created this monster. And she's not a monster. She's just trying to get hers. That's the way she's looking at it. She's going, you know what? Like, fuck these guys, dude. These guys are fucking sacks of shit. I'm not going to fucking end up a victim out of this shit. I don't have to be a victim here. That's her mindset. She's already a victim, but she does not want to face this, and she does not want to accept it, which is, in a way, extremely admirable. So it's funny to me because, like, I'm seeing this person, and she's just becoming extremely venomous. But is it her being a bad person? Should we be questioning her character like we would be fucking Gypsy Rose Blanchard? No, it's not comparable. Why? Because she was actually a victim, and she's only doing these shits to the people who fucking hurt her. She's only being shitty to the people who hurt her. I mean, now Gypsy at one point was the same thing, but then, you know, later on she started but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know enough about it, you know, sit there and be like, oh, fuck Gypsy Rose. Blah. I feel like she did her time. you know, considering what she went through. But that's not the case here. What happened here was this young lady grew teeth. This was the only way for her to not be a victim and to still act within the boundaries of the law. This was the most calculated and intelligent way that you could do it. So I don't hold this against her in the slightest bit. I do not hold this against her in the slightest bit. I feel like I admire her tenacity of not wanting to be victimized. I admire that. I admire her creative way of going about not wanting to be a victim. She knows she has these guys by the balls. She knows it. And the fact that she's actually got these guys whining and bitching about her as if they're victims of her is brilliant. It's brilliant. IG who? Okay. IG Network. I don't know how to say your channel name, but thank you for bringing your people over here. Appreciate it. Yeah, Deitch is the only choice. Deitch is the only choice. Deitch is the only choice. If you don't want corruption in the DA's office in Massachusetts, if you want the bullshit that took place in the Karen Reed case to not happen anymore, if you want the bullshit that took place in Sandra Birchmore's case to not happen anymore, the only choice is to go with the candidate that has actually done something about one of those cases. Two of them, because he did this with Karen Reed as well. Trump got elected. Biden appointed. Levy was out. That was it. That was that. That's simple. Oh, it's law girls, not attorneys. Oh, okay. Law girls, not attorneys. That makes perfect sense. All right. Thank you, law girls, not attorneys. He's the only one that's done shit. He's already shown that he is doing the work.
I'm just making some dinner.
She told her that she didn't respond because she had hit her head on the car door and then again on the pavement and was in the hospital.
Sorry I didn't call you back. I was in the hospital. Yeah, on my car door. Yeah, I'm better now. Everything's fine.
But none of that appears to be true. And then, on January 22nd, between 7 and 9 weeks into her pregnancy, she goes for her first ultrasound. At this stage, its tiny heart is already beating away, and its microscopic fingers, toes, and unique facial features are forming. By all appearances, Sandra seemed more excited than ever about becoming a mother, while Matthew was struggling to accept what lay ahead. Even still, you get the sense that what she really wanted, more than anything, was for him to come around. Which is why what happened the very next day, on the 23rd, was so unexpected.
Member for 15 months.
The father came by last night. It was like a complete 180 change.
Member of the lady.
Good, but unexpected. So it kind of threw me off and made me a little uncomfortable. But that's because of how things were going. He asked me if I'd give him a key and said that if I keep it a secret, he'll be around and see them and all that. Then he looked in my closet and then the bathroom, but I don't know why. Haven't figured that out. It was really weird. We started to heart, then work called him, so he had to leave. Oh, and he brought me a ginger ale because I ran out.
All right, here are the latest coronavirus numbers here in Massachusetts. Health officials confirm another 4,300 plus cases.
What about the birth certificate?
Another 4,300
I think he's signing
plus
it,
cases.
not sure. He's coming back again this week. But it was like a complete 180 from where we were at.
Federal investigators state Farwell's sudden shift in demeanor was only his attempt to appease Sandra until he could murder her. That plan included asking her to give him a key to her apartment and for the entry code to her building. He inspected various rooms in her unit to determine whether they presented options for how he could kill her and staged the scene. I believe by this visit, he had already decided he would make it appear as though she hung herself and was looking for the means to do it. A rope, a strap, or a cord, and something sturdy enough to tie it to. It was far safer to use something already inside the apartment. Bringing anything with him would have created unnecessary risk. The following day, records show that Sandra went back to Walmart at 11:10 a.m., where she paid $2 to make a duplicate of her key. On the 29th, she sent him the code to her building. He verified that it was the general passcode for everyone, and not linked specifically to her. On the 30th, Sandra asked Farwell if she...
Can I tell you some baby names I'm considering?
And once again, he attempts to minimize the trail of evidence. And soon, they would meet in person again. For the last time.
Solve the mystery for 400, please.
Someone the police want to talk to is a person of interest. Someone accused of the crime is this word. Maya.
What is a suspect?
Correct.
Leading up to February 1st, Sandra was making lots of plans, such as who would care for her cats when she went into labor.
Emma. What is motive?
Motive, yes.
Solve the mystery 800.
An old Norse term for tracking.
She ordered baby items online and made Google searches related to her pregnancy. She planned for newborn photos. She planned an official pregnancy and gender reveal announcement for Valentine's Day. She also made plans for her more immediate future, scheduling her next appointment for February 10th.
Sandra?
Not exactly on brand with someone who is going to commit suicide.
And she asked Farwell to help shovel out her car when it stopped snowing during the impending storm. It was completely obvious to any observer that Sandra was embracing her pregnancy and excited for the future, and would never have harmed herself or her baby. On February 1st, at 12:19 p.m., Sandra sends Matthew a text message.
Hey, the storm just started, so they're letting us go early today. Are you busy?
He responded, letting her know that he would not be in the area until the evening. So she made her way back to her apartment.
And this is 90.9 WBUR in Boston. I'm Lisa Mullins. A nor'easter, as you heard, is making its presence known throughout the area.
Yeah, fun stuff around here this afternoon, Lisa. So the heaviest will be from roughly the next couple of hours on through about midnight. Made plans to go out this evening. I would cancel them if you're away from the coastline. It's just going to be snowing too.
We're not even halfway through this, folks.
From 1:25 to 1:31 p.m., Sandra communicated with a photographer regarding the timeline for booking a photo shoot once she gave birth in early September. And after that, she texted Farwell that she had received an early baby gift in the mail, telling him that she was not planning to actually have the baby shower until late March, due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. She did, however, request that he purchase an outfit for the baby to wear home from the hospital once they learned its gender.
Something really nice.
At 5:01 p.m., Sandra is seen in the lobby, receiving her order from DoorDash. The timestamp is 13 minutes fast. From this angle, it's clear that at 3 months pregnant, she was already starting to show. "30 minutes later, she's seen again, going outside briefly and returning with a snow brush at 5:33 p.m. She must have brought it in so it would be ready for when she went out to clear her car the next day. This is the last time she's seen alive on video. She returns to her apartment. At 7:57 p.m., she texts a friend about baby clothes she planned to pick up at a later date. She was also taking advantage of the time stuck inside to catch up on laundry, with both the washer and the dryer running. 8:25 p.m., Sandra performs a search for Cubby Kids furniture.
Huh.
The pandemic has quieted the hustle and bustle of
Yeah,
the city.
not on brand with someone who's about to commit suicide.
Ben Gawoski left work early to beat the heavy stuff.
Not bad. I kind of enjoy it. I like the snow.
9:08 p.m. Matthew Farwell set his plan into motion.
Mayor Marty Walsh declaring a snow emergency so plows can keep roads clear.
I encourage everyone to stay off the road.
9:10 p.m. Sandra responds, telling him that when he arrived, the door would be unlocked. This is the last known message sent from her phone.
These folks in East Boston found out about the parking ban the hard way.
He pulls into the Canton Woods apartment complex only a few minutes later. Here he comes now. He's captured driving his grey SUV on exterior cameras.
I mean, it's as fucking open and shut as it gets.
Then enters the building. He uses the security code Sandra had given him only 3 days prior.
This is real footage, by the way, folks. This is not AI. This is not. That is. But.
And although he was against wearing COVID masks, he wore one on this occasion to hide his identity from the camera. He keeps his head low as he waits for the elevator. And heads to the 3rd floor.
This video is amazing.
At about 9:20, he enters her apartment. They presumably speak for a short amount of time. Only Farwell knows exactly what happened, but it seems likely that he led Sandra to believe he was there for a sexual encounter. There were no reports of yelling, a struggle, or any sign of an altercation. The two make their way to her bedroom.
Bro. You know what I'm tripping out on, though?
He tells Sandra what he's in the mood for.
Okay, real quick before this, and this is about to get really disgusting, by the way, guys. So trigger warning. But you know what this reminds me of? It's really funny. Richie put the same detail. Richie put the same detail into Gatuni's video, the video about Gatuni's shit. It's like the same fucking broke down, like fucking intense shit. It's so good. The circumstances are completely the contrasted circumstances are so broad, but it's just like, it's so funny because like even that shit was in a way just as fucking riveting. It's just really funny. It's just it's in a way it's just as riveting.
Nothing too out of the ordinary. He orders her onto the bed.
This is tough, guys. Warning.
He leaves traces of DNA on the strap and in Sandra's underwear. Within a matter of seconds, she notices he's using too much force. But the truly horrifying moment comes when Sandra realizes that Matthew isn't role-playing. She struggles.
Wow, this is a lot. This is a lot.
But he would keep the strap tight for several minutes to ensure death. Sandra's pink flamingo necklace breaks and finds its way to the floor. Health data on Sandra's phone indicates that the last movement occurred at 9:40 p.m., which was presumably Farwell placing the phone next to her. He quickly stages the suicide, hanging her from the closet door handle, and then closes the door to her bedroom. After being there 28 minutes in total, he's gone. He's captured on video leaving at 9:43 p.m. He walks back to his vehicle. And 12 hours later, almost to the minute, his wife gives birth to a healthy baby boy at Newton Wellesley Hospital, who is also, in his own way, a victim of Matthew Farwell.
Jesus, bro. You had to use a prosthetic baby, Richie? That was dark.
On Thursday, February 4th, Sandra hasn't called or shown up for work all week. Her co-workers call police to conduct a well-being check. Canton officers responded.
Sandra?
No one answered the door. They located her vehicle in the parking lot. It was covered in snow and appeared to not have been moved since before the storm.
Canton Police.
The property manager gave them a key. Upon entering the apartment, they located Sandra, deceased with a black strap around her neck, tied to the closet door. Her body was in a moderate stage of decomposition.
Jesus.
They reported a strong odor, skin discoloration, and visible marbling of the veins of her extremities.
Wow.
It's at this time that the scene was cleared, and the investigation was handed over to the CPAC unit under the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office.
Hi, Sergeant White with the Canton Police. How are you? Good. So I'm just responding to a scene now. We have a...
From this point forward, all decisions were made by DA Michael Morrissey and his lead detective,
Lieutenant John Fanning, Fanning.
And Lieutenant, where do you work?
I work for the Massachusetts State Police, assigned to the Norfolk District Attorney's Office.
How long have you been with
Fanning,
the Massachusetts
April.
State Police?
20 years next month.
And how long have you been assigned to the District Attorney's Office?
13 years.
Okay, now real quick. Never forget that for some reason, this guy, who was also a witness in the Karen Reed case, in the Karen Reed trial, who was involved in the investigation initially in the Karen Reed trial, in the Karen Reed case, was for some reason assigned to oversee the jury in the first trial. For some reason, this guy right here.
but before that, In 2002, he spent 3 years working as an officer directly within the Stoughton Police Department, alongside Officer Robert Devine.
So when you met her, she was around 13?
Probably about that.
This meant that the state police supervisor overseeing the investigation was a former colleague of the exact department leaders running the grooming operation, building an immediate wall of protection around Farwell. A wall fortified by the full power of District Attorney Michael W. Morrissey, seen in this photo with Robert Devine.
Wow.
2 days later, on Saturday, February, with Robert Devine.
Why does he look like he's holding him in a prom photo? Like, if the photo was zoomed out, bro, like, would there be a corsage on Michael Morrissey's wrist? What is going on here?
2 days later, on Saturday, February 6, 2 members of the Mass State Police return to the apartment complex, where they meet with maintenance worker Michael Sturgeon to review security camera footage.
That's the guy. I know him.
That's just dope, bro. Like, so Richie, are you out there getting fucking like actors for your videos now? Like, this is dope. Like, Richie is fucking like stepping up his game, bro. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm fucking talking about.
He stated that he recognized the man as the same individual who had helped Sandra move into her apartment months earlier. Lieutenant Fanning and his detectives were determined to find him. The white symbol on his shirt was also believed to be the logo of military apparel company Nine Line Clothing.
Dope, bro.
The profile of who this person was beginning to come into focus. Meanwhile, later that same day, Sergeant Lank was contacted by the property manager. She had received a concerning phone call from a close friend of Birchmore.
Are you sure about this?
Explicitly warning that Sandra's death had been directly preceded by serious ongoing threats from a local police officer who was angered by her pregnancy. And had stated that he would take care of the problem himself. All of this critical information was then passed on to Mass State Police detectives. And by that afternoon, they knew Farwell was the man in the video. This was the moment everything changed. They abandoned the search for Sandra's murderer and closed ranks to protect one of their own. Their decisions stopped making sense. And at 3:10 p.m., Trooper Matt Dunn and John Fanning make a baffling decision. Instead of following well-established interrogation protocols, they choose to interview Matthew Farwell in the front parking lot of the Gibbons School near his home. It cannot be overstated just how unusual this was, especially considering Farwell was a cop and was with Sandra near the time of her death. Police officers are not immune from committing crimes. That's why experienced investigators are trained to navigate the unique complexities of interviewing suspects who wear a badge. These are not improvised techniques. They are carefully refined procedures developed and perfected for exactly this purpose. For comparison, here's how detectives interrogated former police officer Daniel Holtzclaw when he became the prime suspect in a major criminal investigation. They suspected him of using his position to sexually assault multiple vulnerable women across Oklahoma while on duty. This was his first interview.
Did you tell her how far to raise her shirt or to do the shake with the bra? Anything like that?
I think she did the shake with her bra by herself. I didn't say to do any of that. As far as the
She pull it out, go like that.
Yes, but as far as that's on her. As far as right here is when I told her to lift up the waistband.
The physical arrangement of an interview is incredibly important. They're typically held in small enclosed rooms, with the suspect seated in a corner with their back literally against the wall. The interviewer sits close to apply more pressure. The environment is designed to make the suspect feel trapped and uncomfortable, making them more likely to make mistakes or reveal information they didn't intend to. And of course, everything is recorded on video to be used against them later. But Lieutenant John Fanning forfeited all of those advantages by meeting Farwell in an empty parking lot.
Wow.
The thing that kind of concerns me is everything you're telling me is dead on to what she says. Everything.
Think about that for a second. Detective John Fanning of the Canton Police Department, or of the what is he? Is he MSP or is he Canton? He's Canton, right? Because it was a Canton case. Or wait, no. Because hold on, I'm confused now because I'm having a fucking brain fart. Fanning MSP, right? Yeah. Okay, just making sure. Yeah. I had a fucking brain fart there. I don't know what the fuck happened. Sorry about that. But you got Fanning, who's a Massachusetts State Police detective. Yeah, CPAC like Proctor. Right. Now, and he ends up meeting the suspect in a parking lot to discuss the case. Because that's not shady. I mean, look, this guy right here, he's obviously a cop. He's in uniform. This is how they treat a cop, right? This is how Holtzclaw treats cops who are suspects. They back him they back him against a wall. They crowd him. But Fanning, the guy overseeing the jury in the first Karen Reed case, who was also involved in the investigation, Fanning meets Farwell in a parking lot. Yeah, they don't record anything. Nobody finds that shit weird. Literally every other fucking case that we follow, every other true crime case that we follow, there's an interrogation video. There's a few of them. There's recorded witness questioning. But not in the Karen Reed case, not Sandra Birchworth's case. It's fascinating. I wonder why. All directly connected to Michael Morrissey. All with direct connections to Michael Morrissey.
Except the sexual stuff.
For nearly 2.5 hours, they questioned Holtzclaw, having him walk them through every detail of his story, and even challenged his alibi by calling his girlfriend.
She said she was
Holtzclaw's the dude. My bad.
asleep when you got home, and you did not try to have sex, and you did not have sex. She said you didn't. And I asked her, could you have been asleep? And you kind of, no. And she said no. I don't know what to say. I mean, because it just looks like I just caught you in a lie. And now I don't know what to believe. Because you tell me this, I go to verify it. She tells me the opposite, and now I'm wondering what you're telling the truth about. I don't believe you. I'll call her again. Because right now, I don't believe it.
I like her.
We can confidently say that Detective Fanning didn't challenge Farwell's story like this at all.
No.
Because if he had, it would have begun to unravel almost immediately.
Yeah.
And given everything we now know, it seems far more likely he helped Farwell shape a plausible narrative. So they would both be covered when Fanning turned in his report.
Woo!
Fanning's response to this criticism would undoubtedly be, Farwell wasn't a suspect. But that's a baseless claim. Given everything they knew by this point, Farwell was, by definition, a suspect. To say he wasn't is just gaslighting. Daniel Holtzclaw was found guilty of raping and sexually assaulting multiple women and was sentenced to 263 years in prison. But none of the crimes he was...
Richie's just got to do that, bro. He's just like, he's got to fucking he's got to put that fucking 4K resolution with those tears close and up nice and slow. It's fantastic, dude. I love it. Hold on, I gotta refresh real quick, folks. I gotta refresh. My shit's freezing. All right. That's just fantastic. I love it. Look at this guy. Fucking just. Fuck that guy. All right.
He was accused of during that interview approached the severity nor the depravity of the allegations police were questioning Matthew Farwell about on this occasion. Yet Lieutenant Fanning and Trooper Dunn granted him extraordinary favoritism by meeting him here in this isolated elementary school parking lot on a Saturday afternoon. It's exactly the kind of place you choose to meet if you wanted to ensure that no one else could listen in. Going into this interview, Trooper Dunn had already been told by multiple sources that Sandra was pregnant and that the father was Detective Matthew Farwell, or Matt, as they referred to him in their affidavit. They also knew he had made threats. Given this possible motive and his close proximity to Sandra's death, he should have been treated as the prime suspect. Instead, in a safe environment under the protection of John Fanning, he fed them his alibi. He said that she had a troubled life and that he kept tabs on her because he felt bad for her.
Yeah.
They began sleeping together when she was 22 years old. They only had sex 2 or 3 times over the past year, but never in her Canton apartment. He explained that he only went there to break everything off. This led to a nasty argument, but they weren't too loud. She got upset, but never made any suicidal statements. And when he left, she was standing in the kitchen.
Okay, so it's interesting because it makes me think that when Fanning and Farwell met up to try to allegedly to try to conjure up a story here. You wonder why Fanning would advise him to admit that it was him who went in who went inside the building, because he's wearing a mask and everything. It's COVID time. There's nothing suspicious about wearing a mask during COVID, right? But I'm assuming that Fanning is telling him, like, dude, they're going to track your phone. They're going to ping you somehow to that location unless you have like a solid alibi. So you're going to have to like admit that was you that was there just before the time of her supposed death. So what you're going to do is basically say that she was so distraught over the breakup, and that's what happened. Okay. Unreal, bro. That shit's fucking crazy. Like, that shit is crazy.
Fanning and Dunn accepted Matthew Farwell's story with no verification and wrote in their report that he refused a DNA test.
Wow.
In a standard investigation of a suspect who was the last person seen with a victim, a DNA refusal triggers an immediate search warrant. But that's not what happens to cops here in Norfolk County.
Nope.
State police dropped the issue entirely, even after the DNA of an unknown male was found on the strap and in Sandra's underwear. They simply refused to link it to Farwell. They were protecting him. They also, inexplicably, did not ask Farwell for his phone.
Huh.
They would wait 4 days to do that.
4 days to do that.
allowing him enough time to completely sanitize it, deleting every last message and phone call he had ever had with Sandra, and then used his department-issued Stoughton police work phone to perform Google searches for whether deleted messages could still be recovered from an iPhone, and how to ensure iPhone data is permanently unrecoverable. But not how long to die in cold. That comes later.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Now that they had their shared narrative, it was time for the CPAC unit to go through the motions of a real investigation. John Fanning is the senior officer on this case. All decisions regarding the investigation are made by him. Despite a strong motive, and the fact that Sandra's phone stopped moving 3 minutes before Farwell is seen leaving, this detective, unbelievably, ended the investigation right there. Colleen Crawford. She is the video technician for the Norfolk County DA's office and grew up in Stoughton. She would collect and analyze the security footage. Her and Fanning were very close, even partnering together to launch Expert Data Analysis LLC, a private company which specialized in digital forensics. But it was suddenly dissolved less than 4 days after John O'Keefe was found dead. And a mere 72 hours after Karen Reed's Lexus SUV was towed into the Canton Police Department Sallyport. Timing that's difficult to ignore, considering the Sallyport footage is widely believed to have been tampered with by someone with her exact skill set. She was trusted and had the rare technical ability to do it. If there was tampering, she would be the first person looked at.
Someone who's helped Krusty Panties edit her videos.
Farwell's phone was analyzed by digital forensics expert Nicholas Garino. Although recovering deleted text messages had already been possible for about a decade, he reported that he was unable to find even...
Can I get you to pronounce the guy's name right, Microdot's? What does he say here? Hold on.
Deleted text messages. Digital forensics expert Nicholas Garino.
Digital forensics expert Nicholas Guarino. Imagine if he like busted out of it. Digital forensics expert Nicholas Guarino.
Although recovering deleted text messages had already been possible for about a decade, he reported that he was unable to find even one.
Oh my God. Stephanie Patterson, thank you, Will and Micronauts, for bringing the story back to the forefront. Wondering if it wasn't the Karen Reed case, would we ever have heard of Sandra and Baby? Good point. Breaks my heart. Those pieces of shit. Rest in peace, beautiful babies. Corruption is too real there, people. And remember, I'm British. That's how we say it. Got it. Remember, folks, pinned at the bottom of the chat is Microdot's link to his Patreon. Make sure to join Microdot's Patreon, folks, because Microdot's Patreon allows you early access to all of his videos. And there is a really, really dope little chat that takes place in there too. That's really, really cool. So it's really worth it. I promise you that. It's like being behind the scenes at Factory Microdots.
But what's even more disturbing is that a shockingly similar scenario would play out exactly 1 year later in the investigation into the murder of John O'Keefe. Matthew Farwell was present at the scene of a homicide, had not yet been ruled out as a suspect, and voluntarily handed his phone to John Fanning. Jennifer McCabe was present at the scene of a homicide, had not yet been ruled out as a suspect, and voluntarily handed her phone over to Michael Proctor. Both their interviews took place in private settings, and neither of their interviews were recorded. Both were asked for their devices 4 days after their first interview, giving both an opportunity to delete incriminating data.
Which they did.
And all of it was overlooked by the same state trooper, then later found by an independent entity. Electronic data is powerful evidence.
Guarino!
And it can get in the way when you want to control the outcome. This appears to be the method they use to eliminate it. But what about all of the physical evidence present at the scene? Despite the circumstances surrounding her death, investigators never treated Sandra's apartment as an active homicide scene, which means they left behind crucial pieces of evidence that were inconsistent with suicide. After Fanning's interview with Farwell, instead of returning to the crime scene to collect evidence, they released Sandra's unit from police control. Sandra's family then went to pack up her things. What they found inside contradicted everything police were telling them. To rule a death a suicide, investigators looked for signs of despondency or closure. But as they packed her things, they found that Sandra was meticulously planning for the future. Newly delivered packages containing baby clothes and nursery items that Sandra had purchased just days before she was killed. They found the washer and dryer had each completed a load of Sandra's laundry, something suicidal people are not generally known to do.
Yeah, not really.
And then they found the most profound physical clue of all. Sandra's favorite pink flamingo chain, on the floor in plain sight. It had a thick clump of her hair tightly tangled into the broken metal links, proof that Farwell had aggressively ripped it from her neck while strangling her, tearing out her hair during the struggle. But John Fanning and D.A. Morrissey simply refused to acknowledge its significance and insisted Sandra took her own life, even as her family pleaded with them to investigate Farwell.
Wow.
On February 24th, Farwell was put on administrative leave from the Stoughton Police Department, but not because of Sandra's murder. That had been determined as suicide. Chief Donna McNamara had just begun a massive 19-month internal affairs investigation focused squarely on the sexual misconduct, abuse of authority, and grooming involving Farwell, his brother William, and Deputy Chief Robert Devine. If it wasn't for this investigation, Farwell would have still been working as a cop after Sandra's brutal murder.
Jesus.
DA Michael Morrissey's recklessness would have allowed a dangerous psychopath to continue patrolling the streets with a gun and a badge, with access to you and your family. You'll hear the police work described as sloppy by talking heads in the mainstream media. But that's not true. The investigation had been moving quickly and with purpose, but the exact moment they learned the man is sloppy.
Because, like, this is like the most accurate fucking depiction of Julie Grant. Like, that's what I hear when I watch her fucking run her stupid fucking face. The Goodmans, thank you so much, member, for 21 months. Everyone should join Microdot's Patreon. Everyone should join Microdot's Patreon. Yes. Pinned at the bottom of the chat is the link. But yeah, this is very, very accurate depiction of how one might experience listening to Julie Grant.
You'll hear the police work described as sloppy by talking heads in the mainstream media. But that's not true. The investigation had been moving quickly and with purpose, but the exact moment they learned the man in the video was Officer Matt Farwell, all the decisions they made from that point forward stopped making sense. Had it been anyone else, Fanning would have locked onto them and never let go.
Right.
How long have you been with the Massachusetts State Police?
20 years next month.
And how long have you been assigned to the district attorney's office?
Oh, that's
Does
Wendy
anyone
Murphy.
really expect us to?
That's Wendy Murphy, Danielle Sammy. Her and Julie Grant are good buddies. They're just two idiots that just enable each other. It's really weird to watch. Wendy Murphy and Julie Grant. It's really funny.
To believe that it just never dawned on Detective John Fanning that Farwell murdered Sandra Birchmore because he looks a lot like an accessory after the fact. Or that the only 2 cases in this man's entire career where he couldn't recover deleted data just happened to benefit their cop friends in serious trouble. That this disgusting, virulent, racist liar is not capable of planting evidence. Or that his 2 supervisors had no idea exactly who Michael Proctor really was. But here's what should truly disturb and enrage you. The complete abandonment of basic investigative standards by John Fanning is the same pattern of conduct we later saw from other members of his unit in the Reed case, like Michael Proctor and Brian Tully. And then there's degenerate racist fired cop Sean Good.
Degenerate.
Who had the audacity to describe Sandra as borderline retarded.
Wow.
In a text message to his brother in bigotry, Michael Proctor. Matthew Farwell and the people who murdered John O'Keefe are dangerous, but they don't come close to the danger posed by a unit of dirty cops willing to protect killers, persecute the innocent, and corrupt the very system the public depends on for justice. Which is what has made this disgrace. District Attorney Michael W. Morrissey, the single greatest threat to public safety in Norfolk County since the day he took office.
Rochester.
So no, the Canton Police and the Mass State Police officers who make up the CPAC unit are not sloppy. They are highly capable detectives who know exactly how to conduct a proper investigation, which means they also know how to derail one.
Which makes them not incompetent, but fucking dirty.
Which may help answer what is perhaps the most unsettling question of all, one that no one seems willing to ask. Which is, what led Matthew Farwell to believe he could actually get away with it? Or, better stated, how did he know he would actually get away with it? What in the world allowed him to believe he could be captured on camera entering Sandra's apartment, leaving after every sign of life had ceased, and escape all scrutiny from the Norfolk County District Attorney's office? It has to be because he knew the exact same thing Brian Albert knew, that if it did come to it, they would do whatever was necessary to keep him out of their investigation. And that is exactly what they did. Following the discovery of Sandra's body, the autopsy took roughly 3 months to finalize, locking in the cause of death as asphyxia by hanging and the manner as suicide. But the ME failed to correctly interpret Sandra's fractured hyoid bone, which is indicative of homicidal strangulation. They ignored a blunt force imprint injury on her chest, along with other facial and chest abrasions. It's unclear whether this was a result of gross incompetence or the ME bending under pressure from CPAC detectives, similar to the way Michael Proctor attempted to influence the medical examiner in the Reed case. In June 2024, Sandra's family hired world-renowned pathologist Dr. Michael Baden to review the state's autopsy files as part of their civil lawsuit.
So, yesterday, I did a read of Wuthering Heights with this gentleman, this hero's wife. It was a hero herself. So go check out Justice Serve TV. Linda Kinney Bodden is this gentleman's wife. And she's brilliant and really, really awesome.
His report exposed stunning, inexcusable failures by the State Office of the Chief Medical Examiner, proving that the ME's conclusions defied physical science. Which isn't the only time an independent expert used science, physics, and objective analysis to prove the Norfolk County DA's office was wrong. In both cases, they chose pseudoscience over the empirical evidence. These findings generated widespread public outrage and provided the evidentiary justification federal prosecutors needed to launch their grand jury probe and ultimately indict Farwell for first-degree murder. On August 28, 2024, Farwell was arrested by federal officials. Seizing the case despite the state's cover-up, the FBI dealt a swift, humiliating blow to the blue wall that had shielded him for over 3 years.
Love it. Fucking awesome.
By stepping in, federal agents essentially declared Michael Morrissey and John Fanning too incompetent or too corrupt to police their own. After the catastrophic unraveling of the Reed and Birchmore cover-ups, Michael Morrissey exits from office in utter disgrace. His CPAC unit has been mostly disbanded. Michael Proctor's credibility has been annihilated, with every case he has ever touched now at risk of reversal. The Norfolk County DA's office is engulfed in scandal. And to this day, despite all of the evidence the feds have against him, DA Michael Morrissey still maintains Matthew Farwell is innocent and that Sandra Birchmore took her own life. I find this to be obscene and offensive. It is unconscionable for him to deny Sandra and her family justice by not bringing state charges against Farwell. And the reason he won't is painfully obvious. Validating the federal indictment is simply too close to a confession, an admission of the depraved, unthinkable cover-up executed right under his watch. There is just no other legitimate reason for him not to do it. But have no fear. His right-hand man, Greg Connor, is ready to carry on Morrissey's legacy. If he's elected, he'll make sure the people who murdered Sandra Birchmore and John O'Keefe are never looked at and are never charged. This fact, in my opinion, makes Morrissey and Greg Connor just as sick and twisted as the monsters they protect.
100%. Bro.
The videos will never stop. To help support them, become a $5 member at patreon.com/microdots.
$5.
You get early access and the option to have your name listed in the credits. You can also shop custom artwork in our store. Visit dropmicrodots.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. The reason I had to make this video now is because I became increasingly infuriated watching Greg Connor gloss over Sandra Birchmore's death
This guy
in
sucks.
interview after interview. He served as second in command under Michael Morrissey at the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office while everything you've just heard unfolded. He knows every disturbing, scandalous detail covered in this video is true because it came from the federal indictment that he read.
Ha!
Yet now, he sits in front of the cameras and tries to distance himself from it all. He hides behind the ME's finding of suicide. But that came 3 months after his detectives let Farwell go. And when he's finally asked directly about Sandra Birchmore's death, he reduces the entire tragedy to nothing more than a missed opportunity.
It actually seems like that was a missed opportunity.
Michael Proctor, Michael Morrissey, and likely the entire CPAC unit support his campaign to be the next DA. He implies that he barely knows them, but the truth is he's worked with all of them for many years. These are the same lawless individuals who later falsely prosecuted Aidan Carney, who I personally witnessed firsthand did absolutely nothing illegal and is completely innocent. Please do not endorse the horrible things Michael Proctor, Michael Morrissey, and the rest of this repulsive DA's office have done, or the absolute hell they've put Norfolk County through, or the millions of tax dollars they pissed away. Vote no on Greg Connor. We simply cannot trust him. Special thanks to our source, who ensured we got the details right, but did not want to be credited. And a sincere thank you to our members for making this video possible.
Hey, Greg Connor. Fuck you. Another banger from Microdots, y'all. Amazing. Amazing stuff, Richie. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for making that. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Man, Rackets is going live, but at like 12:30 a.m. He's a family man, bro. Hold on, man. So, yeah. Great video, man. Fucking amazing. Yeah. So guys, make sure to check out Microdots' Patreon. It's $5, bro. It's $5. It's a fin. It's nothing. It's fucking. It's half a coffee at Society. Okay. It's nothing. Anyways, guys. So got to talk about this real quick because this is pretty wild. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Got to talk about this real quick. And then I'm going to open the phone lines. Wait.
Matt Damon may be heading back to Boston. The Odyssey actor confirms that he and his production team are currently developing a film about Karen Reed, who in June of 2025 was found not guilty of second-degree murder in connection to the 2022 death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. Matt shares the news on the July 17th episode of Live with Kelly and Mark.
Kelly's obsessed with the Karen Reed trial. Are you familiar with this trial?
Yes, sure. Yeah. We're developing a movie at the company about it. Yeah.
You are?
We are, yeah.
That is true.
Very early days, yes.
I am very excited about this. If you need a consultant.
Very early
husband and
development.
co-host Mark Consuelos reaffirms his wife's obsession with the case, adding this.
And then the recap was on every day of what happened during that trial. Kelly's well versed in this trial.
I will let the team know. They might be reaching out.
I am here for, I can answer any of your questions.
Okay, fantastic.
While Matt does not share any other news regarding a timeline for his film, Karen's story is already headed for the small screen in a limited series for Prime Video starring Elizabeth Banks. However,
not
according to
authorized
Karen
by
herself, she is
Karen
not
Reed
involved in the show nor the casting process, saying on the Howie Carr show in August, "I probably read that the same time you did, give or take a couple minutes. I have nothing to do with that. It's not authorized by me in any way."
But yeah, I don't me either, dude. I don't either. I feel like yeah. I just man, I don't trust Hollywood at all. But I feel like Matt Damon is straight up free Karen Reed. I feel like Matt Damon is free Karen Reed. I think Ben Affleck is free Karen Reed. I absolutely believe that shit. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Now everybody's talking about it. Everybody's casting it again. We already knew this was happening, people. Don't you guys remember back in the day when Turtle Boy went on vacation before and he met up with Ben Affleck? Ben Hoofleck? Somebody in the chat was talking about Microdots and Ben Affleck doing something together. But Microdots doesn't trust Hollywood. Neither do I. No. But imagine that. Microfleck. That would be amazing. People, the phone lines are open. You can call. Probably need a phone number to do it. What do you want, bro? What do you want? What do you want? Oh my God, I'm out of soda. This is the last one. That's not going to work. Hold your horses.
From
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Donald from Worcester.
Donald from Worcester. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm well, Will. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good. How are you? I already asked you that.
Fantastic. 2 weeks left.
2 weeks left, baby. 2 weeks left.
That's it, baby. July 31st. I'm a free man.
So what are you gonna do? You gonna play golf or what?
I'm gonna take my retirement money out in one lump sum and buy a boat. That's
Yeah.
a good idea, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the atypical cliche thing to do when you're a retired cop, right?
Sure. No, I'll still be working a little bit here and there. Just, I got lots of stuff to do. I bought a 1979 Trans Am that I'm going to rebuild that I had when I was a youngster, and I got tons of stuff to do. And I have a lot of fun,
Okay.
actually. A lot of
I'm
fun.
gonna be blasting some White Snake while you're
Some
fixing it.
a little lover boy.
Lover boy, yes. Everybody's working for the weekend. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Lover boy fucking fucked, bro. They fucked. Like they had that guitar riff, dude, in that song was dope. Like that shit is bad, bro.
I saw them live in concert, and it was the 80s. Man, I want the 80s back.
Bro, I mean, I just refuse to start doing that, like I always like when I go to the gym, like I listen to a very, very broad variety of music, and but when I really am not in the mood for anything specific, I'll play 80s shit because it's just either
Fun.
Right. Well, it's either I can ignore it or really enjoy it. Get really into it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I get you, bro. So I came in late tonight. Microdots is amazing. Everything they do is just amazing. But I called you a couple times, and I keep forgetting what I wanted to talk to you about. But Judge Gilday, when he it hit me, it came across my brain that remember when he called all the lawyers in, made them fly in for no reason at all, and then he basically said nothing and wouldn't talk to him? I think he jumped the gun, and then somebody said to him, Judge, you got this one wrong, but it was too late. And he had to cover his ass and just make it look like. So now I just don't trust that guy.
Yeah.
We used to have a judge back in the day when I was he was kind of like Gilday, but he was a liberal judge until his wife got mugged, and then all of a sudden he became like really squared away. And he was one of those judges you didn't mess with. But these guys are like kings in Massachusetts. I just don't like it.
Yeah, it's really crazy. And I'm sure as a cop you see it like from a closer perspective, because like you're in and out of courthouses all day. You know what I mean?
I've had in my time, I can count 3, maybe 4 judges that were just the best. They judged. They listened to both sides. They listened to the facts. And some of the other ones were just horrible. Just they had that. It's my courthouse. And
Yeah.
You will do what I say.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not what you're there for, bro.
Yeah, but it's weird because they do have that power. You know what I mean? It's just a question of
They
like,
do.
right. So it's like, is this guy going to be a dick about it, or is he going to like, or is he going to be
There was
like
a judge way
Doolin?
back when. Doolin's great.
Doolin's amazing.
And
Doolin's like one of my favorite people on the planet.
And he makes you feel comfortable. Then he may come down with a ruling you don't like, but he thought about it. And you might be right on that, and he might be wrong on that, but he's not a jerk. We had a judge way back in the day that, it was some stupid disorderly, disturbing the peace case, and which was legit. And the judge, for whatever reason, just didn't like the cops. After he found the guy not guilty, he got up on the bench and said, "Now you go find a civil lawyer and sue all these cops." Like, holy crap. Really, bro? But I don't know. They just get too powerful in their mind. But yeah, that's all. I just wanted to say hello again. And I missed the whole show, but I'll have the replay tomorrow morning for sure.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, I got a little X battle with our friend Will. Crawford. He said something about you. I said, bro, he was talking about you making money and stuff. I said, Mike, he actually said a few times that it's great if you make money.
Yeah.
Good for you. God bless. And now he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff, but that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's I don't
it is what it is.
Right. I don't exactly worry about what they say about me,
No. Just
like if you notice that, like
relax.
I'll do petty streams about them, but the only time I'll
Sure.
ever really address anything that they actually say about me is like if I'm reviewing something and then they mention me or something, you know what I mean? But like,
yeah,
but I'm never like, oh my God, they said this about me and how dare they, I don't, this isn't personal for me,
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that's the point I was trying to make to him was like, because, hey, Mike, Willie has even said, hey, Mike, if you're making money, good for you. God bless you. Maybe you make a lot, maybe you make a little. Good for you. If you can make money, God bless you. Go ahead. But he took it the wrong way or something stupid. I don't know. Maybe he wants to wrestle me.
Maybe.
All right, my friend. We'll talk again. Have a great night.
You too, Donald from Worcester. Thanks, buddy.
All right, bro.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I have the best chat in the world, bro. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys want a part 2 petty stream on the Hood Boogers? Not tonight, of course, because it's already like, what time is it? Yeah, it's already like past midnight. I'm gonna get some junk food delivered, and I'm gonna get some junk food delivered, and then I'm gonna find something to watch. Get in my adjustable bed. Dude, my bed is so fucking comfortable, bro. Like, it's so comfortable. I love that fucking thing so much. Yeah, it's so nice. I've been spending more and more time in it, and I need to not. But yes. Is nobody gonna call? I mean, I'll wrap this up if nobody's gonna call. It is late. I don't usually get callers when I open the phone lines this late, but Clubber adores the bed. Yeah. Like, just Clubber spends as much time in there as I do. Like, if I'm on that bed, Clubber's on there too. Hey, this is a no nagging zone, sweetheart. We don't do that here. We don't nag the host. No nagging. Here we go.
Call from
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Will. It's Good Citizen. How are you?
Good Citizen. Wow. How you doing, Good Citizen? It's been a minute.
I'm so glad to hear your voice.
Yeah, yours too.
Wait. It's been a long time.
Yeah. How you been?
I've been crazy fucking busy, but I'm glad to hear your voice in person. I wanted to let you know, thank you for streaming Reggie's video tonight because it means a lot to us in the Norfolk County.
Well, thank you. That's amazing. Like, how? I mean, where? I haven't seen you in chat or anything. What have you been doing?
I've been taking care of my son's daughter. Yeah, I'm a guardian of a 1-year-old.
Well, right on.
Who freaking knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? But we got to take care of those that we love and
Of course.
need love.
Well, I'm sure that 1-year-old is getting the best love that they can.
She is. Thank God she's sound asleep, and I can actually enjoy, a stream live because
Right
I
on.
haven't for a while.
Right on.
So
Right
thank
on.
you. I appreciate you, and thank you for all that you and Richie are doing. It means more to me.
I'd say
than
caring.
ever in the
I'd say
long
caring
run.
for a 1-year-old is probably a lot more beneficial than spending time on the internet these days.
Thank you for the validation. I appreciate that.
Yes, it's true. Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm just not chatting.
There's a lot of people out there that should be taking care of their 1-year-olds rather than being on Twitter and being on YouTube.
Amen to that.
Just-
I want to be a grandmother, not a mother.
Just saying.
You know, like, let's go. I'm ready for my rights to be a grandmother, not a mother. But that's all right. We need to take care of everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you for streaming Richie's amazing video.
Yeah. Yeah. Richie's great. Yeah. Richie's fantastic.
Right. All right. Well, I just wanted to call and let you know, and I look forward to seeing you in Boston soon and being the little one standing next to you, 4'10", 11, versus your tall 6 foot something.
6'1". 6'1". Yeah. Yeah.
6'1",
You're a tiny little thing. I remember meeting you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the validation. All right. So that's all. Just thank you for the validation. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Although I'm not participating in your chats anymore, I am with you 100,000%. So thank you, Will.
Well, thank you, and we miss you, good citizen. Take
Thank you,
care.
love. You too, love. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Good citizen, y'all.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is Mo.
Hey, Mo.
Hi, how are you doing?
Doing good. What's up?
What's up? I just had a couple questions for you.
Okay.
I wanted to know, why you think Randall Baldessari, I don't know if you saw, I know, we're not doing a petty stream or anything, but he was like a crying little bitch and was said a bunch of shit about Mary B. Because he's a little bitch. So I just was wondering why you thought why he dislikes you so much, because he seems to also cry a lot about you.
He's jealous.
So I'm wondering if you what do you think the origin story of why the little bitch from Lynn, who says only people from Lynn should care about the First Amendment, and that Mary should run into traffic. Why do you think he has a problem with you?
Because he's jealous. Because he's not genuine, and he envies people who are genuine. He has a phony image of being genuine, and he gives himself away through his actions constantly. And it's very easy for me to see and point out, and it makes him very, very frustrated.
He swivels in that chair a lot. He swivels a lot around in that chair.
So do I. I mean, I do that. But
No. His is like an angry. His shoulders are up, and he has his hands up, and he's just always mad. Doesn't he just seem like he's always mad?
Yeah, he's definitely got an axe to grind.
So why? Because
insecurity. Insecurity. Could be.
He doesn't like
I mean, it could be anything. Could be something from his childhood. Could be micropene. Could be anything.
Well, I think definitely it's micropene because he has like short man syndrome, clearly. Right?
Yeah.
So
He's definitely
he
got
probably
it.
has micropene.
Definitely, I'm seeing. I definitely see traits of Napoleon complex there.
Well, there's a really cute clip that is when you're outside the Wilbur. Remember when he's outside the Wilbur? Kind of when he started the divide, asking questions about like why isn't Karen here? He was like planting that seed already at the Wilbur. But it's so funny when you greet him, because it's like on film and you like have to like lean down, like, here you go, buddy, and like give him a little, and you guys hug each other, and it's just hilarious because he's just a little micropene, a little short micropene. So it's cute.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to call and because I know he's probably watching you too, and I don't know if he saw Mary Eat Beef, but I just want him to know that he's a little bitch. You're a bitch, Randall.
Right. There you have it.
That's all I need to say.
There you have it, Randall.
Thanks.
Mo says you're a bitch. There you go.
All right. I love you. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, no problem. Have a good one, Mo. Thanks for
All
calling
right.
in.
Bye, you too.
There you have it, Randall. Another one that says Randall's a bitch. Oh my God. Chris, member for 8 months. It's my birthday. Happy birthday.
From
Angie.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will, it's Angie.
What's up, Angie?
I almost said, hey, Angie, it's Will. My brain. Not braining. Anyway, so the Microdoc, the Sandra Birchmore doc is amazing.
Ooh, amazing. Fantastic.
Wouldn't expect anything
everything you
less.
need to know. Everything you need to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And I don't watch JFK anymore, so I'm kind of on the not sure what he's been saying, but apparently he's going after you and Aiden again.
Who?
Randall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Petty streams, my members like petty streams, man. I'll just keep doing them, you know?
Right. Agreed. And for once, I can call when the kids are not awake.
Oh, wait a second. What's going on here? Wait, sorry. Why am I looking at a mugshot of the peepee? What's going on with the peepee?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's weird. Does anybody know what's going on with the peepee? Did he get arrested? What did he do? Yeah, look, hold on. I can't share it right now. Well, I can show you my phone. Look, it's a mugshot of the peepee. You know what I mean? Is that old or because it doesn't say anything? That's why I'm asking. It doesn't really say anything. All it says is like Massachusetts is buzzing about this creeper right now. That's all it says. Listen, Turtle. Rhode Island is buzzing about this creeper, is what it says. I don't know what that means. But anyway. What's up, Angie?
Well, I'm excited that the judge agreed to let cameras in on Monday for Aiden's hearing.
Oh, yeah. I'll be going over that.
Yeah. So I'm happy about that. Like, it almost sounded like he kind of alluded to not letting cameras in the last time too. So
right,
but was like, oh well, I guess because there's so many people here, we'll just keep the Zoom on. Essentially, is what he said. So I'm just glad that he's allowing cameras in. But do you think he'll let the O'Keefe have like Aiden's phone extraction, like the legal way, rather than the through Meredith's way, which they probably already have.
Yeah. I know that. I know that stupid April was saying. She says that it's from 2022. So, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, but why is Rhode Island buzzing about him, and why is he a creeper? You know, so that's what I'm curious about. But if that's old, it's old. Whatever. Anyways.
So yeah, it'll be interesting either way. But I'm gonna let other people call. Have a great weekend, Will.
All right, you too, Angie.
And-
Thanks for calling.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bro, no, I'm not doing that.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will, how you doing? It's Specially Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove.
Specially Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, everybody.
How's it going, man, buddy?
It's going great, man. How are you?
Yeah, average. You know?
Average?
Yeah, average.
What's average for a corpse?
It's not great, but it doesn't suck.
Oh man, how are you feeling about Monday? Are you feeling confident?
I'm feeling I'm feeling like I'm feeling good about it.
You're feeling good about it? Oh, I don't think you should. I don't think you should.
Well, I don't think it's your place to tell me how I should feel.
Well, because I think my homie, the mighty one, Mark Betterow, is going to wipe the floor with your ass, is what I think is going to happen.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion because it is America and you can say whatever you want. But I remembered that case law thing that I forgot the other day. When I come in, I'm going to lay that down, and I remember a couple things about it.
Okay. I don't believe you.
Yeah. Well, I don't necessarily believe you either, but I'm not calling you out on it.
I think you're a liar.
Oh. Will, Jesus. When did you start taking this tone with me? Good Lord.
Listen, don't start playing victim now. You're prosecuting an innocent man.
I'm a victim of circumstances, goddammit.
The circumstances of you taking on a case as a specially appointed prosecutor.
Listen, well, let me put it to you in terms like this. Well, what if somebody came to you and said, all right, listen, you're 1,000 years old, right? You can go into court. You can work on this one case. You don't have to do anything.
You were already retired.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we'll take you out of retirement. We'll take you out of triple dip. We'll put you in the quadruple dip. We'll take you out of retirement. We'll pull you. It's only this case.
Why
you don't
does
have
that
to respond to any motions at all whatsoever? You don't have to make any argument, and you'll probably win. What the hell would you do?
I would still say no, because I'm dude, like, even your sneakers with Velcro look uncomfortable on you. You look like you should be off your feet.
Sneakers. Everybody knows that.
Would
I
you-
do care every time I go.
You should be off your feet, dude. You should be off your feet. There should be no reason for you to be standing there.
It's not always like that, Will. Sometimes you got to stand up,
dude.
And
everybody is watching you die. Like, stop subjecting everybody to that. Stop that. That's selfish as fuck. It's selfish as
Everybody
fuck.
we look at is dying. All right, we're all not getting born tomorrow, right?
Please
So-
spare me the Sylvia Plath bullshit. First of all, I'm talking about you literally decomposing in a courtroom in front of the whole world. Stop.
Well,
It's not
okay. So let's take this scenario. So you can take your private plane that you bought with your membership money, and you can crash tomorrow too. I mean, who knows?
I don't have any more membership money. I'm washed. I'm washed. According to Randall.
Says who? Profits? Oh, Randall.
Yeah. I'm washed. It's over. My grift is up. That's it.
Since when?
No more members. According to Randall.
You know, who are all these green people?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Did they change like the font color or
It's
something?
whatever the fuck these green spirits are is probably what hold your back steady so you can stand up in a courtroom.
Oh, God will. Son of a bitch. Anyways, what are we talking about tonight? It's been an interesting night. I've been going back and forth with Machado.
With Mucho Machado. Mucho Machado. Mucho Machado.
Anyways, she thought she'd take a couple shots at
Oh
me.
my
and
God.
I'm like,
Nicola Maxwell gifted a membership. Hold on a second there. Cost, you got to give her applause.
oh, that's my producer. In Confidant.
She's quite a looker as well. Problem is I
She
can't
ain't
understand.
bad.
His problem is I can't understand a word she's fucking saying, whether it's verbal or whether it's in writing.
That's the fun.
Yeah, I guess so. Teach
Yeah.
their own. No, but she's great.
We have a little game show we play here at special appointed studios called What the Nicola, and we try to figure out what she's saying.
What the Nicola? That sounds like a really fun game, actually.
yeah, it's fun.
Like, we dancey, punchy, motherfucker.
Like, what'd she say? And nobody can get like 2 words. It's great.
So I'm a little mad. I'm a little mad because fucking Mucho Machado, she made the shit uninteresting, the farting uninteresting now. Like she took away from the Mike Crawford fart now. Like
She didn't take anything with
because
she's wrapping up
she
for a
farts
prize for sure.
She farts every fucking 2 minutes on her fucking streams, dude. She farts every stream.
Well, you know what it is? We're getting desensitized to the farts. And, you know what I mean? When that happens, it's like, you know what I mean? Like tragedies, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this prisoner is like, yeah, we heard that before. He's making it very normal. And
Yeah, like it was such a fucking cool, very rare thing. And it was such a good fart too. Like it was just like it was so much fun to repeat it and react to it, like just play it over and over again. But like now Mucho Machado's out here fucking mucho fucking cagado, and she's fucking dropping deuces all over her fucking streams. And now you got Jolene fucking pointed out. It's so funny. That's what I'm saying. There's so many. It's like it's got the Billy Madison effect now. And the Billy Madison effect is taking place. You remember in the scene of Billy Madison where this poor kid, he pees his pants. So Billy Madison, what he does is like everybody's like, ha ha, he peed his pants, ha ha ha. And then Billy Madison goes and he puts fucking water on his fucking crotch and he's like, oh, everybody's peeing their pants. It's so cool. It's the coolest thing to do, right? And like, so like that's it. That's like the fun of the kid, the little fucking retarded kid peeing his pants is no longer funny or fun to make fun of anymore. Yeah, I can hear you. They can't hear you. I don't know if it's a joke, but I can hear you. I can hear you. Oh shit, that's
No,
why.
this-
Okay, I got it. Now they can hear you again.
Yeah, that was my funniest bit, everybody. Like, if you didn't hear it, it was phenomenal. I can't recreate it.
It was great. It's great.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
They still can't hear, they're saying.
No, they can hear you now.
Oh, they can hear me now? Sons
Yeah.
of bitches.
They're lying if they say they can't hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was funny. What were we? Forget it.
We were talking about Machado's farting.
Oh, we were talking about how we're desensitized.
We're desensitized to the Cryford fart because Machado
Shit in
stole.
their pants.
Yeah, she stole the ass thunder from fucking Cryford.
And you know what? I really,
It's
I
bullshit.
appreciate it because I feel like it's intentional.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm doing this shit on purpose.
Just
It's
like
making it way
fucking,
more public.
just like Nurse Kim going live at Better Row when LTL was going to go live. It's the same fucking shit.
Yep, you stole my words. But by the way, Will,
Great
I have
minds.
a gift for you.
Great minds,
I have a
sir.
gift for you. I have a gift for you coming up.
Okay.
Now, I promised something earlier, but I was busy because I was down in at a establishment in my town that is right next to my house. So somebody said, Matt McCabe and family is down there. So I went down there to try to see his ass, and he
Why?
wasn't there. I don't know. Just because I want to take a look.
Why?
At him.
Why his ass though?
Not his ass, but his ass. himself.
Got him.
Well, no, I'd rather see his.
Oh! Ew! What the fuck?
Like that. That's kind of rude. But, anyways, I went down there, and I didn't see any, huge teethy booby guys down there. So no, I didn't see him. But, anyways, I went down there. But anyway, where I get back to my regular point. So Crawford, a little while back, and nobody knows this because it's stuck on a stream with no views. He owned his fart. Albeit 8 months later, he owned his fart. And
Okay.
I'm going to clip that, and I'm going to send it, and everybody's going to love it.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
I forgot to do that earlier. He did a live one day when he was walking his dogs or his dog or whatever the hell he does. And there was literally nobody watching except me because I'm a weirdo.
Yeah,
And,
his selective accountability is fascinating, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
he has a very selective sense of accountability.
And he's like, hey, everybody, I'm just walking along with my, my customer's dogs here. And can anybody hear me? Is anybody watching? And nobody was watching. There's nobody in the chat except for me. Aussie G is in the background, not saying a word. And he goes, well, apparently, and this is like a couple of weeks ago, Will. I mean, this shit happened in like February. He's like, apparently what I've been hearing is I'm famous for farting. And I had no idea. Like, what?
Oh,
You have...
oh my God, that's so funny because like when you say it like that, I absolutely picture him doing it, and now I realize exactly why he's owning it because
yes,
he will take that right there is a perfect example of Cryford taking anything that might get him some attention and trying to exploit it, like anything.
Yep.
Like how pathetic is that? That is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen.
And luckily, nobody was in there but your boy Cossey, and he didn't even know it. And I clipped his ass, and I'm going to be sending it. I'm going to send it to you soon.
Right on.
I'm going to do it right after I get off the phone. Actually,
all right.
You're going to love it. It's great. But Machado has outrun him at this point. He has no chance of catching up.
I know.
He had to shit himself 3 times.
Yeah, it's fucking my shit up because like I don't know what it is. I don't like covering Mucho Machado, bro. Like I just don't like it. And it's funny because like it's like I want to be clear about something too. Like I'm not saying it's wrong to talk about Machado and point out and make fun of what she's doing. Like Jolene, like that shit is brilliant. Like I hope that she just keeps that shit going forever. Like that shit's fucking hilarious. Because with her, it's from an outside perspective. It's her looking at everything, and it's the most objective way you could do it, and it's really funny and it's really creative. And for me, when I do it, I'm just looking at somebody who I find disgusting and I'd rather not listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
now,
luckily, there's
I
a
can
guy
listen.
named Bossy G that'll do it for you.
Right. And I can listen to Jolene do it. I can listen to you do it. I can listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just,
I get it.
there are certain people that when I do petty streams on, I really enjoy doing them. With her, it's something else. I can't exactly explain it.
It's kind of just, yeah.
I
know what
can't
you mean.
exactly
Listen,
explain it. It's not the same
I
thing.
went into today saying, I'm not going to clip her anymore. She's really getting old. And then all of a sudden,
yeah,
I see an undeniable fart. And I'm telling you right now, this is the most obvious fart that you've ever seen in your life.
And I refuse to give like these Pat Fords and the fucking other people from that little circle any relevance either. I refuse to. They're fucking a bunch of jackasses, and I'm just not. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to give them the satisfaction and pleasure of having a rivalry with yours truly. Like, no.
That fat porn guy, that hair lip. You know what I mean? He likes to go after these soft targets and try to drag them. Anybody goes after him with any, with any luster whatsoever. They're not good at this shit, Will.
No, they're not at all. They're not.
They're not good at it. But so one more clip on the way until I find another person spotting, and then I'll maybe clip them too. But I mean, they've listened. It's one fart after the other. What's the guy to do?
Right.
I mean,
and that's the thing. It's like you can't ignore the mucho farts. You can't ignore Bale Machado. You can't. Like there's too many of them, and like it's a thing. Like, what are you just supposed to fucking ignore the elephant turd in the room? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And you know what? She made a comment a few minutes ago that I didn't even bother responding to. She said something to like she's going after like Sparkly Rabbit, like people, you know what I mean? She thinks she can fuck with. And she's like, Marie, instead of blah, 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 make fun of my sourdough breads and she's like, that shit hurts. And I'm like, okay, there's something sour coming out of your ass that makes your shit hurt. Like, that was going to be my response. But I'm like, oh, God, like I've done it. It's enough already. She gives you the material. It's like too easy sometimes.
Right. Like that's what ended up happening when I used to cover this lady Bullhorn Betty a lot. And then it just after a while, it was just so easy, and it was just like, because it's endless content. Like she just created a whole subculture of people that hated her. So there was always, so it was easy. Like people just love to hear someone trash her. You know what I mean? And because she made it very easy to do so. But then after a while, it was just like, it was almost all predictable too, and it was just like, I can't, like once you kind of figure out their algorithm, you know what I mean? You're just kind of like,
right. And it's like, we saw this, we've seen this movie before.
Totally. And with Mucho Machado, it is textbook. It is the screenplay that someone looks at and goes, this has been done 1,000 times.
But I can never. But this is the thing. I wasn't going to clip her at all. I was just like, I'm done. Like I thought about this earlier, and then she farted, and I'm like, it's over.
That's the thing. Yes, right. Because other than that, she's just another asshole to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I get that. Because what she's doing is fascinating. I get why bigger creators are watching her and going, this is amazing. Like, I've never seen someone so fucking delusional and twisted and just shitty. Like, she's literally she brags about the fact that she steals shit from people's houses if they invite her over. You know, like, that's crazy. Like, that is fucking, that is 10 out of 10 lol cow shit right there. That's like woo, the lol cow meter is fucking all the way.
It's at
on
the
shit like
limiter.
that. Right.
Did you hear about the disemboweled bunny boneyard on the side of her driveway? Do you know about that?
No.
Oh, apparently, on the side of Machado driveway, there is a family of small bunnies that, like, the mother killed, and they're, like, disemboweled. And she's like, I'm just going to leave them there and see if they decompose. That's a true story. I'm not making it up. That's actually a thing. I'm sorry to bring the crowd down, but that's something, like, this is funny shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like, I get it. I get the fascination. I get the fascination, but I'm trying to tell you, there's like there's a whole lol cow fucking genre that's out there, and like there are star player lol cows that have, like, there's Cyrex, there's Shani and Rev, there's oh my God, there's the one guy I can't remember.
There's Ren and
The
Stimpy.
No. The guy Shani and Rev.
That's a cartoon.
The guy that gave Shani and Rev a house and they fucked it up, yet he still defends them. I can't remember his name. There's a whole thing. There's this this one dude who died named Cobra, something like Cobe. They call him Cobe. I like
Cobra
that kid. No, Cobra, like something Cobra, or you know. But he recently died, unfortunately.
Rest in peace, Cobra.
And people fucked with this guy so much. Like, this guy would be live streaming and people knew his address. So they would, like, send him DoorDash with, like, a shit ton of cat food. And he would eat the cat food just to spite the trolls, his trolls.
I wish somebody would do that to me. I could use some fucking cat food over here.
Yeah. So there's just like, there's like these people. And I'm telling you, Mucho Machado is about to, like, find her place in that community. That's about to happen.
In that lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's going to find herself in that category with those people if she continues this behavior. Because, like, I mean, if she's got the attention of people like Megan Fox, you know.
That's what I was just about to say. You know you fucked up.
Right.
When Megan Fox is covering you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she usually does not do things like that. I'm like, oh, Megan's covering her. She's arrived, you know. Love Megan Fox. She's great.
Yeah. Yeah. She's it was really fun to stream with her. She's just really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But anyways, well, I mean, I guess that's it. I mean, I don't got anything else. I mean, you know, it's been a day.
Yeah.
I was on earlier with the other Mary B and Mo.
Right on.
And you know, those kids, and we were shooting the breeze or whatever.
Yeah.
But hey, I don't know. That's it. You know, shout out love to the antenna people out here.
The antenna people love you, man. They love you.
I love all you people, and have a fine night. Thanks for having me on your presentation, Will.
It's a pleasure to have you on my presentation, especially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove. Everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Sam from Worcester.
Sam from Worcester. How we doing, Sam from Worcester?
I'm good. I've been trying to call you for a while. It's never have.
Okay. This isn't Sam Nagel, is it?
No.
You're a loser, guy.
Dear God. No.
You're a fucking loser, guy.
No. This from Worcester, Turtle Rider for many years.
Right on.
Actually, I live down the road from him, not too far. But anyways, funny story. I got turned on to you because I got bored watching the Karen Reed trial, just like watching it, and I saw you were streaming it, and it was the day that Trooper Paul testified.
Oh, really? That was a fun day. That was really fun.
You can go back and look at it. You started off the day being like, well, this is just another guy that's going to be stupid and numbers and science, and we're going to have to go over it later, blah, blah, blah. So you started smoking. And then he started talking, and you were literally like, this is the guy that they smack in the ass with the towels, and they flushed his head down the toilet and they made him do this.
I don't even remember anything that I said that day.
Anyways, it was hilarious, and that's how I got hooked on watching you watch
that's
the trial,
cool,
because-
man. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad that you're watching, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. That means a lot to me. It really does.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no. So the Machado thing, I used to follow Machado years ago when she was an excellent investigative reporter.
Yeah, like she has the talent to do it. She just never really did it.
And it just blew me away that she turned into
What
that.
she is, right?
Yeah, that's tough. But
Yeah, it's like surreal. It's like a fucking wrestling heel turn. It's like it doesn't even seem real. It's crazy.
Yeah, no. I wish she would go back to what she used to do, but
I mean, but you can't. She can't. Because like, yeah, right. There's no way she could just wake up one day and just be like, I'm gonna get my reputation back as a journalist. Like that's never gonna happen, bro. Like you are forever the fucking breakfast ice cream farting shit machine. That's all you are now.
Yep. Well, good to talk to you, Will.
You too, Sam. Appreciate you
Yeah.
calling, man. Not Sam Nagel.
No, definitely not Sam Nagel. Dear God.
And John Cuomo's fat titties wins handle of the day, folks.
All right, man. I'll let somebody else talk. Have a good night.
All right, you too, Sam. Have a good one, buddy. All right, I'll take one more call before I end the evening. One last call. I'm just going to stare at the screen like this until it rings. I was waiting until somebody called my bluff and just stopped calling. I can't even do it anymore. All right, that's it. I'm closing the phone lines. It's over. You guys fucking suck. You guys are fucking terrible.
You suck.
You fucking suck. Anyways. Can I wait for a call while doing the no. Mo, homie. As a lawyer, I feel I need to correct the record. She is not factually talented. Who are we talking about? Are we talking about Mucho? Anyways, you guys are amazing. Look at this. A good citizen has stayed a member for 25 months. I think I missed that comment earlier. But yeah, man, you guys are absolutely amazing. I had a really good time today, guys. Big shout out and thank you to my man Microdots. Again, pinned to the bottom of the chat. Make sure to click on that $5 make you holla and give you access to early Microdots material before anyone else does. And you get to chit chat because he's got his own FOIA thing going on. Microdots is a cook. He's cooking. Okay? You guys get to be hanging out in the kitchen with him when he's cooking. If you log into the Patreon, if you sign up to the Patreon. Anyways, guys, you guys are absolutely fantastic. Remember, it only takes a second to stay safe. Being retarded never stopped anybody from being a good neighbor unless you're next to the bathroom in Mucho Machado's house. Guys, I love you very much, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.
Watch out!
Today, being retarded means leading a full life. Retarded people go to work or school, just like their neighbors, and come back to a real home. A supervised home, right in the neighborhood, where they belong. Being retarded never stopped anyone from being a good neighbor.